20 goals, 5 assists. Chelsea Player of the Season. João Pedro just had one of the best debut campaigns Stamford Bridge has ever seen, joining Hasselbank, Hazard, Diego Costa, and Cole Palmer in the 20-goal club. The man is locked in. The man is the guy. But Xabi Alonso is coming. A new era. A new philosophy. And the biggest question in West London right now isn't who the number one is, it's who backs him up. Because right now, Chelsea don't have an answer. Liam Delap had a nightmare season, Nicolas Jackson spent it on loan at Bayern playing deputy to Harry Kane, and Emmanuel Emegha, the 23-year-old Nigerian-Dutch striker from Chelsea's own sister club Strasbourg, has been quietly watching from France. These are the 5 things you need to know about who deserves the backup striker role behind João Pedro at Chelsea next season. Let's go. Thing number 1, Liam Delap. The £35 million gamble that didn't pay off. Let's start with the uncomfortable one. Chelsea paid £35.5 million for Liam Delap last summer. They signed him off the back of 12 goals for Ipswich in the Premier League, a relegated team. He was supposed to provide competition and depth. The 2025-26 reality? 1 goal in 28 Premier League appearances. 1 goal. Playing 1,100 minutes across the season, that's roughly 12 full matches, and Delap managed a single strike against Fulham in January. His XG for the season sat at 2.99, which means the expected goals were there. His body and his confidence? Not quite. And it gets worse. He started only 12 of those 28 appearances. He suffered a hamstring injury that kept him out from the 31st of August to late October, a shoulder injury in December. The injuries disrupted whatever rhythm he was trying to build. In fairness, Delap is 23. He came from a side that was fighting relegation to a club that changed 3 managers mid-season. Context matters. His hold-up play is elite for his age, his physicality is undeniable, and at 6'1", he's the type of target man Xabi Alonso could weaponize. But here's the real question. Liam Delap went from 12 goals for a team that finished 19th to 1 goal for Chelsea who finished 10th. That's not an upgrade. That's a regression. And reports are already saying his future at Stamford Bridge is uncertain under Alonso. Potential is there, but the 2025-26 numbers are indefensible. Thing number 2. Nicolas Jackson, reformed, revived, but whose man is he? Nicolas Jackson had arguably the best season of his career, just not in blue. Hipped off to Bayern Munich on a season-long loan in September 2025, Jackson thrived in Bavaria as backup to Harry Kane, the Bundesliga's leading scorer. Jackson made 23 Bundesliga appearances, bagging 8 goals and 1 assist. In the Champions League, across 8 appearances, he added 3 more goals. That's 11 goals across competitions this season. Compare that to his 10 goals in 30 PL appearances for Chelsea in 2024-25. This was a significant improvement in efficiency. Bundesliga data confirms he was attempting 2.2 dribbles per 90, offering direct, aggressive running that kept defenders honest even when Kane played the full 90. The problem? Jackson had friction before he even got to Munich. Chelsea initially blocked the move after Liam Delap's injury, only relenting last minute. And his season at Bayern came with turbulence too. A red card in the Leverkusen draw disrupted his momentum just as he was staking his claim. The bigger structural issue, Bayern's Luis Diaz scored 15 goals and 11 assists in the Bundesliga this season, directly competing with Jackson for the wide left role. Jackson's preference to drift from the left became a problem. He's not a pure 9, he never has been. And when he returns to Chelsea in July, João Pedro plays the same central forward role. If Alonso wants a backup who fits the profile, technical, mobile, adaptable, Jackson might make sense. But he's already 24, market value £39 million, and hasn't proven he can be the man rather than the deputy. Verdict. His loan season proved he can perform at the highest level. But Chelsea don't need another drifting wide forward. They need a real number 9 backup. Thing number 3. Emmanuel Emegha, the wildcard Chelsea already own. Here is where it gets interesting. Emmanuel Emegha is 23 years old, 6'5" tall, plays for Strasbourg, Chelsea's sister club in the Blueco network, and according to reports, a deal has already been agreed for him to join Chelsea this summer. Now, let's look at the 2025-26 numbers. In League One, Emegha posted 4 goals and 2 assists in just 7 appearances, at an elite 0.87 goals per 90. His shooting accuracy, 53.33%. He took 16 shots, hit 8 on target. His XG per 90 was 0.81, putting him in the 99th percentile of League One players. On the holding play and aerial threat criteria, Delap and Emegha both rank above Jackson. On pure Premier League readiness, Jackson leads. On ceiling and trajectory, Emegha wins decisively. Alonso'S transfer brief reportedly includes 2 center-backs and a striker who can go straight into the squad without a transition period. Emegha played every game this season in a European league. He's been in the Blueco system. He knows what's coming. Verdict: the system suits a physical, box-present center forward that points away from Jackson and toward Emegha, with Delap as a wildcard if Alonso keeps him. Thing number 5, the verdict. Who should back up João Pedro? We've seen the numbers, we've seen the profiles. So here is the 5 Things Sports Show verdict, and it might surprise you. 3rd place, Liam Delap. Not because he's the worst footballer. He isn't. He has real ability. But one Premier League goal from 1,100 minutes of football cannot be rewarded with a starting backup role. His injury record this season was also a concern. 3 separate spells out. At 23, Xabi Alonso may decide to sell him and recoup value while he still has it, rather than trust a player who delivered nothing this season. 2nd place, Nicolas Jackson. 8 Bundesliga goals. Champions League pedigree, Senegal international. He's proven he can perform at elite European level when he's the main man, but he's not a natural fit for what Alonso wants. He drifts wide. He doesn't give you the physical presence of a traditional backup 9. And at £39 million market value, Chelsea may decide a profit makes more sense than keeping a player. João Pedro effectively makes redundant. 1st place, Emmanuel Emegha, 0.14 goals last season. 4 goals in 7 appearances this season, before his role was reduced. A 6'5" modern striker with technical ability far beyond what his frame suggests. He's 23, same age as Delap, younger mindset. He's in the Blueco family, meaning Chelsea know him inside out. Reports say the deal is agreed, and at £28 million market value, he represents the best value of the 3. Emegha gives Xabi Alonso what Delap couldn't deliver and what Jackson doesn't offer, a physical, direct, explosive backup striker who won't be a downgrade when João Pedro needs a rest. Chelsea found Cole Palmer. They found João Pedro. Emmanuel Emegha could be the next striker to thrive in West London. Watch the space. That's the 5 Things breakdown on Chelsea's backup striker debate. Delap, Jackson, Emegha. Drop your vote in the comments. Who do you want behind João Pedro next season? Like, subscribe, and we'll see you next time on the 5 Things Sports Show.